in the Channel 3 Country Carpenter Outdoor Studio with how recent federal changes could affect how we monitor activity in the tropics. Scott?
That's right, Mike. So the satellite data in question, it's not something that we see or that the public sees directly, but it's used in computer models, whether it's for hurricane tracking or even used by emergency managers. Now, when it actually comes to the Department of Defense, they planned on cutting off this data earlier in the year. Since then, that has been delayed, but either way, experts say that going forward, even small changes, well, that could change forecasting and set it back by years. Now, this specific satellite in question that collects this data was originally intended for military use, but over time, it has become a critical tool for forecasters, feeding high-resolution data into hurricane models, as mentioned, used by NOAA and those emergency managers. That data helps track storms long before they approach the U.S. coastline, especially as they develop over the open Atlantic. Without it, experts warn forecasters may be forced to rely on aging satellite systems and with lower resolution, making it harder to pinpoint where a storm is and where it's headed.
So that has that same technology, but it doesn't pass over as often. So they really need to be lucky to see a hurricane or a storm at just the right time. And then it's not as high resolution. Like, think of the pictures from your flip phone from 20 years ago compared to your smartphone today. We're actually moving our forecasting back like 20 years.
Now, here in Connecticut, state emergency managers say they're still getting storm updates from NOAA and remain in constant communication with federal meteorologists. More than 200 local leaders were recently briefed on hurricane readiness, and they're keeping a close eye on the tools they rely on to make life-saving decisions. In a positive shift, the high-resolution satellite feed will remain available through at least September 2026 or until the sensor itself fails. Now, coming up at 5:30, we'll take a closer look into exactly why the Department of Defense changed course and how local officials what they're doing to keep residents safe. But for now, live in the Country Carpenter Outdoor Studio, your reporter and First Alert meteorologist Scott Gagliardi, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
All right, Scott, thank you. Also